share it.
And you've been quiet lately. Are you guys together still or no?
No.
No.
I'm not with him.
No.
Yeah. Not by choice, but I respect him. It's all love.
Yo Gotti and Angela Simmons are shaking. Reports are saying that their relationship after 3 years has ended, and people are saying, it's because of Angela and looking at his face here and how quirky she was. I think there's this crime news.
So, Angela Simmons' ex just dropped some truth bombs about her that have sent the internet into a frenzy. And guess what? After hearing the shocking secret Angela's ex spilled, people finally understand why Yo Gotti dumped her. Turns out, she was the problem all along. Fans have been struggling to make sense of Angela and Yo Gotti's sudden breakup because Yo Gotti chased this woman for years. You would think he would do anything to keep her, even if that meant dropping a few of his rules. But it turns out that Angela had some deep secrets she never shared with him. And when those secrets came to light, it changed everything he thought he knew about her. Sadly, their relationship never remained the same, and he had no choice but to cut her off. So what really went down between them? Does this have anything to do with Angela's late baby daddy? Let's break it.
So you need to tell me Yo Gotti chased Angela Simmons for over 5 years and then cheated on her, dumped her, and then now she is broke and damn near about to be evicted?
So Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti breaking up wasn't on anyone's bingo cards for 2025, and yet here we are. After Angela's recent interview with Angie Martinez where she announced that they had officially ended things, fans have been scrambling to find a little explanation as to what really happened between them. But the conversation shifted once Angela Simmons' ex jumped into the conversation with some truth bombs about her that changed how Yo Gotti saw her for good. It turns out that Angela might not have been as picture perfect as she wanted us to believe all these years. And not to dunk on her while she's going through a very public breakup, but people are whispering that she brought this upon herself with her own terrible attitude and dark secrets. So what exactly did Angela do to make Yo Gotti run for the hills? Well, this is where the story gets a bit tricky, as it all ties to her baby daddy, Sutton Tennyson, who was unalived in his home in 2018. However, we need a little backstory to understand how this all ties together. The details about Sutton's death are still a little foggy to this day, but according to reports, Sutton and his alleged killer, Michael Williams, got into some type of argument that escalated. By the time police got there, it was too late for him. He had about 12 gunshot wounds from the attack. The perpetrator, Michael Williams, eventually surrendered to the police and was sentenced to at least 30 years for the act. At the time, Angela played the role of the grieving partner perfectly. She delivered an emotional testimony before the court during the trial that left every eye wet. After the sentencing, she shared this photo of Sutton and their son Junior with the caption, "We got you, justice served today." She also shared this one, showing him kissing her baby bump with the caption, "We got you," along with a praying hands and love emoji. But just when you think the story would have ended there, it gets even more interesting. At first, a lot of people sympathized with Angela, but then rumors started circulating that she might have been keeping some secrets about Sutton's death that Yo Gotti wasn't aware of. And when he found out, he couldn't believe that Angela would keep something as big as that from him. It started with people picking apart her reaction after his death. There's no appropriate way to grieve, but some just found it odd that Angela seemed more concerned about how she looked to the public than what had happened to her fiancé. A lot of people felt like she cared less about losing her fiancé and more about how she could benefit from the media publicity. But here's where it gets even crazier. Angela made the unwise decision to appear on the BET red carpet with a gun-shaped purse.
One more time. We're gonna get you one more. That's Gary Long's doing.
Y'all might remember that viral moment and the backlash that followed. It wasn't enough that Angela appeared holding a green sequin purse shaped like a gun. She had to show off the purse by mimicking firing a weapon. The backlash was swift and brutal. For someone who came from a neighborhood where gun violence is a real issue, whose fiancé and the father of her child was unalived by a gun-wielding maniac, it was unbelievable that she chose to appear like that in public. For a lot of people, it confirmed their suspicions that Angela wasn't as innocent as she had tried to make herself seem. When the backlash got too much to handle, she was forced to release a statement saying, "When I chose the purse, I believed it was cute and unique, and made a poor decision in using it as an accessory to amplify my beauty. I deeply regret that this item, which symbolized a gun, was inappropriate and insensitive, especially given my personal and community experiences with gun violence." However, a lot of people believed Angela only released that statement because her PR team told her to, not because she felt any real remorse for her actions. This was when people started speculating that she probably had something to do with her fiancé's death, because if she felt comfortable enough to support gun gun violence publicly, then maybe she was involved in it somehow. Now, these rumors were never confirmed, and for all we know, Angela didn't have anything to do with the death of her baby daddy. However, according to reports, her ex might have seen something suggesting otherwise, because these rumors didn't just come out of nowhere. If they were enough to make Yo Gotti run for the hills, then they must have been really terrible. But before we go into all that, we have to talk about Angela and Gotti's relationship, because as y'all might remember, he chased this woman for years before she finally agreed to date him. So how do you go from that to dropping her like a hot potato in barely 2 years? It's not adding up. Yo Gotti first shot his shot at Angela in 2015 when he confessed his feelings for her in his song Down in the DM. It was wild at the time because he didn't just drop hints that he was in love with some woman. He said her full government name and made it clear he wanted her.
And I just follow Angela Simmons. Boy, I got a crush on Angela Simmons.
However, Angela either wasn't feeling him at the time or she was already seeing someone else, because barely a year later, she popped out with a surprise engagement to her boyfriend, Sutton Tennyson. Gotti was gutted by her reaction, and he expressed his heartbreak in his 2017 track, Save It For Me. In the track, he explained how sad he was when he heard about Angela's engagement. According to Gotti, he regretted mentioning Angela's name because that probably pushed her man to propose to her and take their relationship to the next step. That same year, Angela ended things with her fiancé, though they shared a son, Sutton Jr. At this point, Gotti was still very much in love with Angela. He had been on her case for a few years, and that didn't change even after she got engaged to another man and his child. It looked like Angela finally gave Gotti a chance in 2022 because they were spotted partying together during her 35th birthday. From there, things got steamier between them, and they became Instagram official after sharing cute photos of themselves sitting courtside at a basketball game. Angela and Yo Gotti were giving couple goals from day one. Not just that, but Gotti became the king of manifestation because he saw what he wanted, went after it, and didn't stop until he got his dream girl. The internet couldn't get enough of them. However, things started looking off between them a few months ago when they started acting weird in public. For instance, Angela shared this cryptic post saying, "I want what wants me in life in all areas. What flows, flows. What goes, goes." And then there was the fact that Gotti was spotted on a London trip alone. It was weird because since they started dating, you rarely see either of them out alone, much less on a whole trip to another country. But fans didn't really get the confirmation they needed until Angela sat with Angie Martinez for an interview on her podcast. When Angie asked Angela if she was now in her single girl era, Angela finally confirmed that she and Gotti had ended things.
And you've been quiet lately. Are you guys together still or no?
No.
No.
I'm not with him.
No.
Oh. Yeah. Not by choice, but I respect him. It's all love. Like,
it's not your choice?
I wouldn't have chose it, but it was what was best. But I wouldn't have chose it, no.
What are you saying to me right now, Angela Simmons?
I'm saying that I'm a lover. I love love. I love relationships.
But get this. According to Angela, she wouldn't have chosen to call it quits if it was up to her, implying that Gotti was the one who wanted to break up with her. It seemed like she was struggling not to get too emotional because she clearly still had feelings for him. When Angie tried to press for more information, Angela just evaded and said she didn't want to get into all that.
This man proclaimed that he wanted to get with Angela Simmons. This man, pursued you. He proclaimed it in front of everybody that he wants Angela Simmons. So you're not telling me that he ended, did he end the relationship or did
No, it was my choice. I had to make a decision, but I think there's a certain level of what I can share and would share publicly, you know what I mean? And I can publicly say that I'm not with him anymore. But as far as details, I would just never.
It's not your style.
Nah, I'm just not that girl. I'm just not that girl ever to share that much more. Other than yeah, we're not together.
Yeah, and he's not really that type either.
Now, it's okay to feel like you don't want to put your business out there. However, a lot of people felt like Angie was holding back because she did something to Gotti that made him end things with her. I mean, after spending so many years chasing her, it seemed unbelievable that he would give up on his dream girl after just 3 years. So what really went wrong? What was it that was so bad that Gotti felt like they couldn't work through it? Well, here's where it gets even more interesting. See, Angela might present herself like this perfect girl who has life on lock, but she has faced her share of backlash over some of her questionable decisions over the years. Apart from the rumors surrounding her baby daddy's death, Angela has been criticized for some of her publicity stunts and opinions. To give some context, Angela spent years preaching about virginity and talking about waiting till marriage marriage before intercourse. She even made a public vow of celibacy during an episode of her show, Daddy's Girls, with her sister Vanessa. So, fans were shocked when she suddenly went from swearing to be a virgin till she got married to being pregnant without being married. At first, she tried to act like it was because she had found the person she wanted to marry, and they were just so in love that she decided to pop the cherry. But fans weren't buying it. Internet detectives started piecing the timeline together, and some things didn't make sense, like the fact that by the time she was engaged, she was already visibly pregnant, with just a few months left till she had her baby. So, someone was definitely lying. Fans started questioning everything about her because she made her private life everyone's business, only for her to turn around and go against everything she had ever preached. As if that wasn't bad enough, Angela went full bird mode and did some really weird photo shoots. This was a totally different side to Angela that fans weren't familiar with, so it was really jarring to witness. This explains why a lot of people feel like Angela may have hidden some parts of herself from Yo Gotti, and when he saw her true colors, he was shocked at how different she was from who he thought he knew. A lot of people seem to agree with this too, because this particular photo has been making the rounds, with people talking about how Gotti's body language here was screaming, "I'm tired of this woman." On the other hand, some people are speculating that Angela was the one who broke things off because it was getting dangerous to be around Yo Gotti. As y'all know, Gotti has major street ties, and in the last few years, many of the people around him have either dropped dead or been nabbed by the feds. It's only a matter of time before they come knocking on Gotti's door, and maybe Angela doesn't want to stick around to find out, and who can blame her?